Hi everyone. So today's tutorial is about extracting data from a larger matrix to a much smaller matrix in Excel and the quick and easy formula I discovered for getting that done. So you might be wondering, what's this about or why do I need this information? Let me explain my use case to you. I wanted to create a mileage chart for 16 cities in Nigeria. And then I went online to search for the mileage chart information. That's the mileage indicating what's the distance in kilometers from one city to another. I loaded it, and when I opened it up, recall I need information for just 16 cities, but it turns out that this database has mileage information for 453 cities. Of course, it has all the information I need, but to extract mileage information for 16 cities is going to require me checking each reference one after the other for each of 16 cities, which is going to take a lot of time. So let me explain what I mean by checking each reference. So I will have to set up a filter here in the first column, so I'm able to filter by city. So imagine, for instance, I want to get the distance from Abuja to Akure. So I would look for Abuja on column A and filter to Abuja. And it clearly takes a while because it's a large database, and then I'll have to scroll all the way to the right until I find Akure and get the information: 423 kilometers between Abuja and Akure. Using this approach is going to take me a while because since I have 16 cities, I have to fill out a matrix. The matrix is going to be made up of the data I'm going to need will be 256 entries. That's 16 times 16. Of course, not 256 entries because the mileage charts mirror each other. But I'm going to need 128 entries. Basically, I'm going to have to do this 128 times. I found a way to get this done without having to do this manual search 128 times to populate my mileage chart. So I'm going to remove the filter, clear the filter on this, and then I'm going to demonstrate how I was able to set it up. So I've cleared the filter. We have all our entries here. Because I'm going to have to make reference to this table of 453 cities, the first thing I'm going to do is to set it up, name the range, to create a named range out of it, because it just makes it easy referring to it if I have to move to another sheet to work on it. To create a named range, I selected the entire range using the shortcut Ctrl A. Alternatively, if you're not sure it's contiguous, you can do Ctrl Shift right and Ctrl Shift down to ensure that you selected the entire range. I've selected it, and then you can see what you would typically do. The next step you do is to go in here and name the range in the name box. I've already named this range, so you can see the name here, mileage. I've called this name entire range mileage, and it's going to help me refer to it because the formula I've created will require me referencing this table several times. So it just makes sense for me to set up a named range that I can easily reference anytime I need to. That's the first thing, create a named range. The next thing I'm going to do is to move over to a new sheet and create the smaller mileage chart that I have in mind. So this is the list of the cities I want to extract the mileage chart information for. 16 cities, and I have them listed here. Next thing I'm going to do is to create a matrix. The matrix I'm going to create is going to list the cities in the rows and the cities in the columns in exactly the same order. To ensure that I have the exact same list in columns, I'm just going to copy, and in pasting, I go to paste special and I select transpose. It has transposed the list, and I have the same list of 16 cities in the same order that they are in the rows. The next thing I'm going to do is to put in the formula I have created, and then this formula I've created is already here. So it's a VLOOKUP, it's a combination of a VLOOKUP and a match. I have already created the formula and it works perfectly. So I'm going to show you that this formula works. So I'm going to drag it all the way to the right, and it populates it with information, and then I'm going to drag this all the way down and it populates it as well. And then you can double check that Enugu to Bauchi is 686, and then Bauchi to Enugu 686 as well. So it's working, it's bringing the information we need. Of course, you can always spot check it. So let's create spot checks. Let's randomly select 3 of the outputs of the formula, and then we will spot check them. So this first one we selected is Bauchi and Ibadan. Let's do that spot check. So to do the spot check, we go back to the table of the general list, then we search for Bauchi, and we look for where Bauchi and Ibadan meet. 96690, 966,904. Is that what we have here? 966,904, correct. Let's do the next spot check. Jos and Sokoto. So select, search for Jos here. Sokoto. So we've searched, found Sokoto 63017. Is that what we have here? 63017. Perfect. Checks out. Now the last one, Mina and Akure. Again, search for Mina here. And Akure, this should be easier. Akure starts with a 465.65. 465.645, which is, it's, if you round it up, you get 465.65. So this works perfectly. So the next question is, how does it work? I'm going to step into the formula and I'm going to show you what formula is running and what's that formula I put in that I was able to put. I put in one cell. I was able to drag it out to all the cells to give us the response that we wanted. So I'm going to do what we refer to as a tear down explanation of the formula.